please welcome your KDD General Chairs, Aidong Zhang and Huzefa Rangwala.
Oh, they also already mentioned my name, I think.
You want to hold that? Sure.
They want to introduce.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the KDD event, and this is after 2 years virtual event, and finally we get into the physical event. And today we have more than 2,000 attendees in the conference, and we see many happy faces. And we make new friends, and we see old friends, and welcome you all.
So I'm assuming they are happy faces because they are behind masks, right? And I'm very happy to see all of you in my city, DC. Usually when I walk here, I would hear red, white, and blue, but today I heard data, data, data. So this is a very exciting event for me. First of all, thank you to all of you to come here. And this event would not have been possible without the 56 OC members who came together to put this on. So please give a round of applause to all the members of the organization committee here. And we're going to have a celebrity dinner on Wednesday where we will individually thank them. So please join us during that session as well.
So I would like to have a big, huge shout out to our sponsor chairs. So 3 of the chairs, and Li Fei Wu and Fazal Farou and Kavik Kumar. So they have raised more than 700K this year from the sponsor programs. And thank you all for your help. And, oh, sorry. And I would like to list all the sponsors. And we have, these are, so based on the level, gold sponsors, and also all the other silver and other sponsors. And thanks to all the sponsors for your help with the program. Without this, we are not going to be here today. And also huge thanks to all the program chairs. And we have, so historically, KDD has 2 tracks, research track and applied data science tracks. And I'd like to thank the program chairs, research track, Nitesh Chawla and Yan Liu, and also the applied data science track, Luna Dong and Daxin Jiang. Please give a big clap for them. So, as you have seen, starting tomorrow, the research session will begin. We have fabulous programs for you all with 34 sessions and with also 18 sessions in the ADS track. So continue with this, and we have fabulous workshop programs this year, and thanks to the workshop chairs Hongning Wang and Elena Zaruwa. I hope they are here. So it is a very, very complex work for them to select from more than 48 submissions, and finally came up with 4 full-day workshop and 20 half-day workshops. So many people have been enjoying the workshops yesterday and today, and I hope some of them will continue with tomorrow. So, and also we like to thank the tutorial chairs, Jing Gao, Wei Hong Tang, and Shenhua Bao. And they have worked diligently on 79 submissions, finally came up with 14 hands-on and 22 lecture style tutorials. And So thank you for those.
So this year, we had lots of special thematic days, and I want to highlight that most of the days happened today, but tomorrow there is going to be a government day, and we are in DC, so government day makes the most sense, and there'll be discussion about funding, what the government is doing to accelerate innovation in data science and AI. So I hope all of you will attend. Besides the government day, today we had, and government day is organized by Adong Zhang out here and Vasant Hanover. Then we had a trustworthy AI day today, and that was spearheaded by Wei Wang, along with Yuzu, whom I saw today, Hima Lakaraju, and Alexandra Claudicera. We also had a session on health day, deep learning day, and also a KDD Cup program that is going to happen tomorrow too. So please attend. And I'm also most excited about the inclusivity in KDD. So we had a great session today, which was our second Woman in KDD Day, but this was the first in-person one. And this was held by Judith Spritz at Breakthrough Tech, and also Johannes Grekre at Microsoft Research. Undergraduate consortium is something new we tried today, and thanks to David Anastasiou from Santa Clara University and Esra Abbas from, I believe she's now moved to some other university. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I think Georgia State, for spearheading that effort, encouraging young students to do research in data science and data mining and publish at KDD, become PhD students for many of our faculty members here. I hope you folks are ready for our keynotes. They're going to be all at the same time, early morning on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And they'll be delivered by Lise Couture at UC Santa Cruz, Milind Tambe at Harvard University and Google Research, and Shanghua Teng at University of Southern California. So just for consistency, same time, same place, and I hope we can fill this hall tomorrow morning. We also had, given our focus, 9 invited applied data science speakers. Some of them, and you can see the diversity of the panel or diversity of the speakers, and they come from different companies. And I'll let you look at that and attend many of these invited talks.
Okay. So, thank you, Zafan. So now we would like to introduce Wei Wang, the SIG KDD chair, to you, and she will talk about SIG KDD business.
Maybe I will see it.
Oh, so I have my voice. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming here. So I can see that actually a lot of people here right here. So it's a quite honor for me to serve as the KDD chair. Actually, I started my role a year ago, but that was a virtual meeting. So this is the first in-person meeting since the pandemic. Each year, KDD recognize and celebrate excellence in data mining. So we have a number of awards, and then we're going to give out tonight. Actually, it's quite an honor. So the first award we're going to give out is the KDD Outstanding Dissertation Award. And this year, the award committee is chaired by George Carapas, who's going to join me in giving out this award. George?
Hello, everybody. You guys can hear me? Oh, I can hear me. So this year we had, okay, let's try that. So this year we had 14 applicants, nominations for. Okay, let's try again. So this year we had 14 nominations for that award, and we ended up selecting 2 runner-ups and 1, awardee. So the first runner-up goes to Daniel Zugner, and for his dissertation titled "Adversarial Robustness of Graph Neural Networks." That's Daniel here. Okay, so the second runner-up is for Zhaizhong Chu. I hope I pronounced it almost correctly. Is for his dissertation titled Graph Representation Learning, Spectral Theory and Self-Supervised Learning. Zhaizhong, unfortunately, he's not here, so someone else will be getting the award on his behalf. Good. So I was told we need to move that direction so you can get actually a good picture. So, and I think the winner for the KDD Outstanding Dissertation Award goes to Rex Ri for his dissertation title, Towards Expressive and Scalable Deep Representation Learning for Graphs.
Okay, the next set of award is the KDD Test of Time Award, and this year the award committee is chaired by Professor Zhihua Zhou from Nanjing University. Because of pandemic, he's not able to travel to KDD this year, unfortunately, but we have our sponsor, Representative Claudia, to help to present the award. So the first is the Test of Time Award for the Applied Data Science track. So this award is designed to recognize a paper that published 10 to 12 years ago at KDD that has already generated significant and lasting impact. So this year, the ADS track Test of Time Award goes to the paper discovering regions of different functions in a city using human mobility and point of interest by Jing Huan, Yu Zhang, and Xin Xie. Actually, because all the authors are from China and they are not able to make to KDD this year, but they have designated someone to receive on their behalf. Now, the research track Test of Time Award goes to the paper Searching and Mining Trillions of Time Series Subsequences Under Dynamic Time Warping by, I apologize, this is a long name, Tanawin Rakani, it's hard for me to pronounce, Bielsen and Campana, and Dowlen Moon, and his co-authors, and together with actually Professor Yiman Kao from UC Riverside. I believe this team from UC Riverside. I think Mui is here to receive the award. Well, I think so the conference chair is going to receive this award on their behalf. Okay, the next set of award is the KDD Rising Star Award. This award is designed to recognize researchers actually in their junior career. And so actually we started this award about 5 years ago. So the award committee is chaired by Professor Philip Yu. He's also not able to travel to KDD this year, so I will present the award on his behalf. This year, the award goes to Professor Yu Xiaodong from Tsinghua University because he cannot travel to KDD this year, but his former PhD advisor, Nitesh, is going to receive this award on his behalf. So next is the KDD Service Award. And this year, the Service Award goes to Charul Agra from IBM for his excellent service contribution to conferences and journals in the field of data mining. Last but not least, the KDD Innovation Award. This year, the award goes to Professor Huan Liu from Arizona State University for his outstanding contributions to the foundation, principles, and applications of social media mining and feature selection for data mining. So it is a tradition that actually Innovation Award winner is going to give an award speech. So let's now welcome Professor Huan Liu for his
Okay. All right.
for his talk.
Yeah. I have the mic. No, oh yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm waiting for my slides and also the time. They gave me 20 minutes, and I was joking, like to many new faces, I'm sort of a dinosaur here. I started my journey last century, 1995 in Montreal. So the very first SIG KDD. And yeah, I feel great delight and honor to receive this distinguished award. And thank you, SIG KDD and the Innovation Award Committee. I'm also very fortunate to work with many exceptional students. Probably many of you knew my students' work before you knew me through the work. And collaborators, mentors in my KDD journey. And now I would like to use this opportunity to share something we have been working on and passionate about. So it's like social media mining. We say this is a bountiful frontier in AI and data science. So this is like we start with data. And data, big data, and social media data. So when I was a PhD student, AI was about knowledge is power. But what you know now, it is the data is the new oil. Probably when you are as old as me, knowledge is power will come back, okay? And the pervasive use of computers generates massive amounts of data. And data we know, the success of AI is because of the large amount of data, right? And I would like to show you that social media data, social media offers a new lens for us to observe human interactions and behavior. So for us, it is a new type of data. It is really a new type of data. And why? Because it's generated by user. It's a user-generated data. And now, because of the fast developing AI, we need both problem finders, or both problem solvers and problem finders. In the past, we trained problem solvers. People give us problems, we solve them. But now, we need to find interesting problems. That's how these many startups pop up, right? And they are very successful, many of them. So we need problem solvers to answer new questions, and we need problem finders to ask new questions. Conventionally, okay, so what is new in social media mining? So I tried to present a case to convince you it is really different, okay? I mean, it is a new type of data. So we know it's big data, right? Conventionally, we have criteria to measure big data. So one criterion is like if the data is big, it is big, right? The volume is big, it is big, the volume. However, we ask, in social media, when the big data presents to you, I'm sure you agree with me, right? Social media data is big because everybody generates so much data, okay? But our question is it really big? So this is the first example problem I present to you. Big data paradox. What if big data is small? And the second one is, for data mining 101, when I started teaching data mining, the first step is what? You have to remove noise. If you don't remove noise, garbage in, garbage out. But for social media data, can you still do so? That's a noise removal fallacy. Then the third one, so for data mining and machine learning, right? We routinely count on benchmark data sets with ground truth to evaluate algorithms, their performance, and ensure their reproducibility of the work in this field. But is this still true in social media mining? I will present you a case that if you already have the ground truth, then the question becomes irrelevant. But if you don't have ground truth, can you still evaluate? So this is the evaluation dilemma. We want to evaluate, but we don't have ground truth. So the next set of intriguing questions. Now I said we have a new lens, so we can ask questions otherwise we will not be able to ask. So one is, who are the influentials in the block sphere? The second one is the data sample you collect from social media platforms good enough? You cannot ask students to crawl data forever, and you don't have such a space to store the data, right? So how can we know the data is good enough? The third one is, when we are online, we want to protect our privacy. So what's the trade-off between utility and privacy? Can we do better than the linear trade-off between utility and trade-off? So making a difference is like we actually can use social media to help make a difference, like detecting disinformation, combating cyberbullying, and preserving privacy. So I will use this opportunity to present you 3 cases. So one is big data paradox. What is big data? So the answer is 4 V's, right? Or you can answer 5 V's, 6 V's, but generally it's 4 V's. A practitioner's answer is more nuanced. So big social media data can be little or thin. And this is the power law distribution. Most of us, except some of people that are big shots, okay, so they are not in the long tail, but most of us are in the long tail. Think about it. How much data you actually leave on the web or on the social media every day? It's not a lot, right? So that's what I said, it's thin. You have very thin data. And then when data alone isn't big enough, what do? And we have to make little data bigger and make thin data thicker. How can we do it? That's the challenge. This feature selection, I started data mining with feature selection. So I just quickly go through this. If you look at the size, the left one definitely bigger, the right one is smaller, right? The data size. But in terms of labeled data, or in terms of the space, the data space, or the percentage of labeled data in this space, actually the right-hand side, this 3-column data is much bigger than the left one, okay? So then feature selection helps. If we can select relevant features, we don't need to select exactly these 3 good features, but we can select a set that includes these 3 features, right? Or correlated features. So you say, does feature selection always work? Almost always for high-dimensional data. Additional information can make data help make data thicker. And social media data contains rich information. I show you the example here. We have user-user relationship. We have user-post relationship. We have social context. So you see, social media data is really rich. And social science theories can also guide us, like social influence and homophily. In this case, like 2 co-following users share similar topics of interest. That's sort of like a homophily, okay? And we can use this and use distinctive relations from linked data for data mining. So for example, we can do feature selection with less labeled data. So now I would like to talk about the evaluation dilemma. So I give you a case here. If we ask, do people migrate between social media platforms? If you give me ground truth, I don't need to ask these questions. But if I don't have the ground truth, I ask this question, how can I convince you, right? This is one problem. The second problem is, who are the influentials in the blog sphere? So this is also, if you knew who are the influentials, the question became meaningless. The third one I just mentioned is this data sample good enough for my task, okay? And can we evaluate without ground truth in social media mining? In CACM 2015, Reza Zafarani, probably he's here too, and we just have this paper. It's about evaluation in social media when you don't have ground truth. We surveyed the social science literature and as well as other fields, and we presented this case. So now, can social media mining help make a difference? Like, one example is detecting and mitigating disinformation. So we also have a new book. It's called the Socially Responsible AI. So this is an example of a 10 in this news piece, right? This gentleman listed the 10 wonderful examples of using AI for good. And spot fake news is one of them. And so in 2019, we published an overview article at ACM SIGA's KDD Explorations. Liang Wu was the lead author. I think he is here too, representing LinkedIn, I think. So we categorize misinformation into these different types of information, right? And Kai Shu actually wrote a book about detecting fake news on social media. So fake news is disinformation, right? But fake news, disinformation may not be like news at all, as we showed you. Fake news is news with intentionally false information. And a natural question is, why do we need to study fake news? Because we already know it's fake news. But I showed you, right? It's important to spot it. But actually, the problem is more complicated than this. Because from psychological point of view, we human are gullible to fake news. It's not easy for us to detect fake news. And fake news can confuse us readers, mislead the people, as well as change the way we consume news. So it is challenging because it is not just a competition. What's important is topics change and lack of ground truth. So humans are susceptible to fake news. And we all have limited resources. We are busier than before. So it's impossible for us to do research for everything. And we have to make a decision to decide, right, too quickly. We tend to believe information when it confirms our existing knowledge. That's called a confirmation bias. So now these are the challenges. Topics change, and we want to detect early, because not every piece of fake news is important. And ground truth for evaluation. How can we get it fast? Explainability is one way for our data miners to work with journalists and fact checkers so that we can help each other to make the process more reliable and robust. Then the last challenge is domain adaptation. We need to learn fast from one domain to another, because for one domain about fake news, one topic, right? The fake news, we already studied very well, but then another topic comes up. So how can we do this? How can we reuse our learned knowledge to the new domain? So now, I hope I present a case. It is like social media mining is a bountiful frontier in AI and data science. In terms of fundamental problems, intriguing questions, and making a difference. And look ahead. I still use the three categories, okay? I still use the three categories. So the fundamental problems, one is causal learning. We want to know, for example, the triggers or stoppers that can help us to mitigate disinformation spreading. And we also mentioned that we have little labeled data, right? We have little labeled data. We call it low resource, whatever resource. So we have low resource learning. And then another one is about algorithmic and user biases. They are very different biases. And for us, we have our own biases, algorithms have their biases. Can we work together to help each other? Then intriguing questions. Now we have online data, we have offline data, right? So can we use them together? And to help each other, to use one to inform the other. And the next one is the making the invisible visible. Actually, online, the majority is silent. But how can we make them visible? And machines and human text generation. We have a lot of large language models. They can generate all kinds of things, right? So can we separate them? And then making a difference. Containing disinformation, mitigating unintended social bias, and enabling the powerless. So I think we can, data miners, we will be able to do this if we work together. So look beyond the social media data. So social media data is new, but I'm sure then there will be another type of new data pops up in the future. So what we learn here probably will help us, right, to move on to when we when we work on the new data. I told you guys, I'm very fortunate to have the opportunities working with many students, collaborators, and mentors. I'm truly grateful to them. And these are the students I graduated from ASU, and these are the current students and the projects I'm working on. Of course, we have to also thank our funding agencies. Otherwise, students won't be able to be supported. And I would like to end with my sincere gratitude to the KDD and Innovation Award Committee, my nominator and endorsers for this esteemed award. Thank you.
Hello, is it on? Okay. Thank you, Juan, and that's an excellent talk. And I hope to remind everybody the KDD conference Best Paper Award will be presented at a dinner Wednesday, celebration dinner, Wednesday starting at 6 o'clock, okay? And we have a professional photographer, Professor Hongning Wang, and he's taking pictures around the conference, and we will make a slideshow during the dinner time. So if you see him, and make sure to take a picture of you, and make sure you will appear in the slides, okay? So, and the main program is starting tomorrow with the first keynote speaker, and also the research tracks, applied data science tracks, and also our signature program, government program, and government day, and other special days. And hope you all will enjoy the program, and excited about our program, and we have tried our best to provide the best possible program to you all. So.
Yeah. Thank you again for coming. Please don't forget that today there is a poster session along with a small reception. So please enjoy, ask questions, learn from each other, have fun. Thank you.
Okay.